Yeah, respect, thank you. Quick one for the youth, and then I just want to say a few words about the theme of what we're dealing with this evening. The poem is called Stand Up. You're already standing up, so it's appropriate. It goes like this. You can do it, so don't give up. Don't sleep away your dreams. You must wake up. Speak out your ambitions. Do not shut up. Your feelings and ideas do not lock up. Yes. Express yourself. You must get up. And when you're learning in class, it's best to sit up. In this race called life, you must keep up. For your principles and rights, you must stand up. So arise, young people, arise. Full time, you realize that the best in life you can achieve. So don't ever compromise. Awake, young people, open your eyes. No time to listen to negative lies. Keep a positive vision alive. You are uniquely created, this is true. And no one else can carry through that special mission you were put here to do. So step up and claim your great destiny. Embrace it with your soul and all your energy. Because this great destiny rightfully belongs to you, to all of you. Thank you. Alright, I want to say a few words about what we're experiencing and what we have been experiencing for the last decades and centuries. And I'm talking on the theme now of violent crime. And it didn't start today. And a lot of people have offered solutions and ways forward. And I think many of these bodies and authorities have overlooked an essential story that we can draw some lessons from. And this is a story that most of us have heard. But I wonder if we may have missed the lessons from the story. And this story is based on the most, in my view, in all of history, the most reformed, violent person in all of history. Right? This is somebody who has been tried, found guilty, was sentenced, and yet have gone on to do something actually groundbreaking for all of us, and all of us benefit from this legacy. I'm talking about the person in the body of the person called Cain. That's him, Cain and Abel. I want you to know that Cain, if you read all through the story, Cain was never a recidivist. And we're going to see why that is. And I don't care who you read about in all of history, you will never come across a more violent criminal than Cain. Because nobody in the history of time has ever murdered 25% of the world population, which is what Cain did. It was in Adam, Eve, Cain and Abel. So this is worse than any genocide. And this is somebody who killed their own brother and yet was reformed. But most people don't know about Cain and the reformation of Cain. And I'm going to tell you just briefly. First of all, we should see how the problem started. The problem started because he didn't have an occupation that he excelled at. And therein lies the first lesson. His brother had an occupation that he excelled at. He was a farmer, but of animals. Cain was a tiller of the soil, farmer, but of crops. He wasn't very good at it because it wasn't accepted. And then you see his face downcast, and he was jealous. And there's a parallel with today. If you see a lot of our young people, our faces are downcast. And it's for good reason. The reason is that we need to organize society in a way where everybody has something significant to do. If people don't have something significant to do where they can be rewarded, then they are in trouble. And I don't care if the trouble has to do with violent crime or other forms of crime or just wasting away your life. We see where Cain was downcast He had a motive. He murdered his brother. He was called to court. The blood spoke out as the evidence. He was sentenced to leave the garden. He appealed against the sentence. He said, too much for me. And the judge said, all right, I'm going to put a mark on your skin. The first young man that nobody can touch you. And when he left, this is what people stop when they read the story. I encourage you to read it again. When he left, they said he built a city. Now note this. Here is a person who used to do farming and was dreadful at it. But after a sentencing and the serving of the sentence by going out, this is a person who rose up and built the first city, gave us the first insight into a civilization. Most people don't read that far into the story. And once that person, Cain, had purpose, you never heard him committing another crime. Why? Because he now had purpose. But most people don't read to that part of the story. And I want us to read to that part of the story. And I want us to understand this evening that there is a city in every youth. And if we in the home, and let me tell you, you might think you're not government, but all of us live in households. And in the households, we need to create spaces where every youth can find something that you can applaud them for. And if you don't have it, seek it out and expose your youth to as many things so that they can find something to do. If you're running a school or in charge of a school, make sure you organize the education in such a way that the youth get exposed not just to a traditional form of education, but to as many aspects of society that they can prove themselves so that they can actually build their own city. No wonder you hear the youth talking about, this is my ends. It is inner youth to control a city. And while you're at it, I'll tell you this. Everybody have influence with a youth. If you get a chance, take a youth up into the center of London somewhere and take them up on the highest level you can find and show them the entire city and do a kind of ceremony where you transfer ownership of the city to the youth and you say, this is your city, all of it. And you can get involved in the processes of the city. You can have a say in this city. You can be somebody in this city because you're destined to be great in this city. This is your city because there's a city in every youth. And we know that from the very first person who committed an offense. There's this desire to build and control and be significant within a city. And the problem of our society is that they haven't designed it in a way where people can find their relevance and their significance. And so my appeal to all of us this morning, this afternoon, I'm normally speaking in the morning, as you can tell I'm usually in church. But my appeal to us all is to find your purpose. Don't bother think just because my parents did this, I'm going to do this. Note, what did Adam do? Adam was also a tiller of the soil. You have to ask yourself, was the oppression Cain to do the same thing as his father did? Break out from what is often expected of you. If it doesn't suit you, find the thing that suits you, because only then will you find the passion of your purpose. And you will be able to, like everybody ought to, contribute to your society, which is yours. This is your city. Take it. Bless you. Thank you very much.